They have an amazing farm that they're growing here.
They decided to do this because this area was a food desert. We go beyond just organic production. The early settlers in the early 1900s, they were using its host plant, the kunti, for starch production. So they produce for starch. If you cook it, it's kind of like potatoes and yuca.
So those are good.
Yeah, we want these guys. Because it provides food for the birds, which are great predators, or pests that we don't know. We practice what is called crop rotation. So we don't like to keep one family on the same spot. So we always rotate. Whatever you see through mulch, we transplant. So much easier, saves up time, prevents us from weeding. It also is better for the soil. And we're gonna do what is called the Florida weed.
Okay.
And that keeps them nice and going straight so they don't sprawl out.
Now, hello everybody, welcome to Fruitful Trees. Here I am representing New York, but I'm in Florida, and this is why I moved to Florida, where everyone else in the country is just starting to take out their seeds and start planting seeds for the spring. Here in Florida, it's almost the opposite. The winter, we're flourishing with greens, and the summer things slow down here, but we have so much fruit growing in the summertime. Well, here I am in my garden, and I love planting greens. It's so valuable for me, especially as somebody who eats a raw vegan diet. And I know this channel is called Fruitful Trees, but I want to feature as much as possible growing greens, and I'm learning, and this year I had the most success with me growing greens than I've ever had. Today on the show, we're going to go visit a local farm that's doing something amazing. And the great thing is I found them last night, and also they're right near my house, and they've been there for 8 years. And I was like, wow, how have you been there this long and I didn't know about it? So we're going to go there today and check them out, and I'll put all their contact info below. Let me just show you some of the things I'm growing here. And if you're enthusiastic about growing fruit trees, growing greens is just as fun, just from a different perspective. Just as challenging, but also just as rewarding. So let me show you a couple of things I'm growing here. All right, this year my dinosaur kale did very well. And I still have a good amount left of my dinosaur kale. And I have some cabbage here. But broccoli was probably the winner of this season. So much broccoli growing all over. Usually collards is a thing that I have way more than I need, but there's so much broccoli, it's going to seed almost. And it was my first year planting in the ground at this level, and it worked really well. Now I got a late start on some lettuce here, but I got some lettuce going in the ground and being planted, and they're coming up pretty nice as well. So I'm gonna have some lettuce, and I got some tomatoes, arugula, collards, just an abundance of food this year. Even got cauliflower. Look at that cabbage. So it was a very learning year and experience, and we're gonna go learn some more stuff about growing some greens today at this local farm. Look, edible flowers, amazing. So check it out now. This is a local farm near my house here in West Palm Beach. Hello everybody, welcome to Fruitful Trees. Today I'm really excited. There's a few trees on this property, but today we are at a local community farm. It's called Westgate Community Farm. And they have an amazing farm that they're growing here, and they're selling organic produce super cheap to the public. Beautiful place, great story behind this place. And we're gonna walk around here today and check it out. This place is about an acre. And just a great story. The funny thing is, I live about 10 minutes from this place. I've been living here. This place has been here for 8 years. I've been living out here for more than 10 years, and I never knew this place was here until last night. I saw them online, and I was like, wow, I got to go check that place out. There's some other farms I go to that are not as close to my house, but this is only 10 minutes from my house, and they sell produce here twice a week. And they got a whole bunch of people working here. Great stuff. We're going to check them out now. I'm going to put their contact information below. If you're in the West Palm Beach area, they're literally right in the city area. They're off of Okeechobee Boulevard. So it's really just a gem. I'm glad I found them. So check it out now. Here's a tour of the place. All right, everybody, here we are at Westgate Community Farm. This is Antonio.
Correct, yeah.
And he's going to show us around here today. So tell us about this wonderful spot.
Okay, so first, my name is Andoni. I'm the assistant manager here at Westgate Community Farm. This spot is owned by the CRA, which stands for County Redevelopment Agency, Community Redevelopment Agency. Each city has its own one. Here in Westgate, they decided to do this, I believe, 6 to 8 years ago. I'm not quite sure when exactly. But they decided to do this because this area was a food desert, meaning people didn't have access to fresh food and organic produce. It was all just gas stations, things like that. So our main mission here is to grow organic food, and we sell it at discounted prices bi-weekly in a market right there. All our produce is discounted, so it's very cheap. We accept EBT, food stamps, things like that. And we also work with a nonprofit organization called SNAP, meaning if somebody pays with food stamps or EBT, they put 50% of it, so it comes out very cheap. A little bit of our practices, we go beyond just organic production. We like to step even further. So, for example, over here we have pretty much an environment for not only butterflies but also other pests, so it can attract predators and whatnot. We follow integrated pest management, which is a fancy way of saying we like to prevent over intervene in the field. So we don't even like to spray neem oil or organic pesticides, insecticides, and whatnot. We prefer that nature take care of itself. But nonetheless, over here we have a lot of host plants for butterflies. We attract a lot of wasps, a lot of ladybugs, a lot of predators. So if we take a walk here, for example, we have a beautiful cassia here. These are the host plants for the sulfurs. I don't want to take them out. It's also a nitrogen fixing plant. It's quite beautiful. Quite love it. We also have levels here. So, for example, I have a corky stem here, which is the host plant for the heliconia. So, the zebra lungwing, the frigilati, and other ones. We have a kunti here. I think I saw some.
Now, who planted these particular plants? Was it you or?
Yeah, it was us. I was in charge of this. Oh, bingo. Do you know anything about the Atala butterfly?
No.
So this guy was considered extinct during the 50s. There we go. I just found them. This guy was considered extinct during the 50s and 60s because people, the early settlers in the early 1900s, they were using its host plant, the kunti, for starch production because it produced some sort of starch, and if you cook it, it's kind of like potatoes and yuca. So they're exclusively in the United States, only in South Florida, like Palm Beach County, Jupiter, Miami. So obviously, when we started developing, they lost their habitat, and we were eating their host plant. But because of projects that were done, landscaping projects that were done to bring this guy back, you can find kuntis pretty much everywhere now.
What color are the leaves on the butterfly?
They're red, like bright red and black. It's a tiny butterfly and it has like a bright blue at its thorax, and it flies pretty slow because it's poisonous. So it doesn't need to do anything because predators know if they eat it, they'll get sick. It's quite a beautiful butterfly.
Wow.
I've seen, I think, 4. And the first one was at Home Depot, which is counterintuitive.
How'd you learn about all this stuff?
I just had an interest, and I just love this. So.
Where are you from originally?
Spain.
Okay.
Yeah, Spain. I moved here to Florida when I was about 10.
Very cool. Very cool.
But
so all the insects and things that are host in this area will help keep a lot of
the pests in check. That's why we have it. Also, it's great for kids and whatnot. we're in the middle of cleaning it up a little bit, so excuse the mess. But again, this is a citrus, wild lime.
A wild lime.
Mm-hmm.
And why did it call wild lime? Was it just growing there, or did you put it there?
No, we put it there. Yeah, no, it's a certain variety. I forgot the name of it specifically, but I know its common name is wild lime. And this one is a host plant for the giant swallowtail that in citrus production is considered a pest. But I actually love that one. It actually looks like a bear poop in order to defend itself from predators. But you take a look over here, for example, more of that. Here's the kunti, and I'm quite certain we'll be able to find a zebra, long-winged caterpillar. I'm just gonna look under, and we should be able to find one. There we go. Oh, see that? This one here, munching.
Okay. So those are good.
Yeah, we want these guys. Because it provides food for the birds, which are great predators for pests that we don't want. So now that we talked about this, over here we're in the middle of putting mulch over here. And over here is where we're going to be teaching classes about hand cultivation techniques, like double digging, stuff like that, how to shake beds with hand tools.
How often do you give classes here?
So workshops, we do them once a month. And then another children's program once a month. So we have 2 free ones. They're all free, by the way. But we get a lot of volunteers, a lot of students from schools and whatnot, and we try to teach them something at least. So over here is where we do that. And again, we're in the middle of making this nice and pretty.
What was here before this garden?
Houses. It was an empty lot, just like that.
Okay.
And the CRA decided to do this.
Very cool. Now I see an old mango tree there.
Yeah.
Cut back.
Yeah, and that one as well. Before all of these were houses and they were burnt down. And my manager spoke to the owner of this property a long time ago, and he says that tree is like 80 years old. It's dated.
Wow.
That guy used to be huge, but we had to cut it down because.
So you cut it back?
Yeah.
Or you guys cut it? Yeah, you guys cut
but,
it back.
Yeah, it's just
but
so
it's
we
still
can
fruiting.
harvest.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Do you know what kind of mango it is?
We believe it's the Hayden one, like
Hayden.
the first one.
Yes.
In Florida, because these guys are so old.
What about behind it? That one looks even bigger.
Yeah. Well, this one was bigger.
Oh, what?
But yeah, these. I think that guy was like 60 feet, way too big to harvest fruit.
Sure.
To sell. But they're all the same.
Do you know what that one is? Is it same Hayden as well?
Yeah, they're all the Hayden. Yeah.
Okay. So besides this area here, before we go to the other area, is that another mango over there?
Correct. Yeah.
Same story.
Yeah, same.
Now there was another fruit tree back there as well. Against the wall, I think.
I know we have an allspice over there. I'm not quite sure what this guy is. Maybe it could be. I don't have too much knowledge when it comes to fruiting trees.
Okay.
It's the very basic. But
What about that? Is that your allspice?
yeah.
Okay.
And
And what about your neighbors here? Like, are they
mostly?
are they private residents or are they industrial? What else?
No, they're all private residencies. Yeah.
How do they feel about what you're doing here?
They love it. They don't mind it whatsoever. They had a lot of issues with people breaking in their property because this was just like an open lot. So they were very happy that we fenced everything, and it brings a lot of community events here, and they like that, So.
And how do you water the plants? I mean, is there a well on a property?
Yeah, we have a well, and no, matter of fact, no, I'm wrong. We have a city water.
City water,
Yeah.
okay.
And we use overhead and drip tape, depending on what we have. But,
Okay. And I saw one banana over there. Do you know anything about that?
So, not necessarily. That was planted with the guy that first created this whole thing. So these guys are pretty old. They're not doing too well. We believe they have some sort of disease, especially that one. That's why we took that one down. We have a lot more bananas. But
Okay, so there's one here. And there's one there with some little bananas on them, actually.
Yeah. But again,
Now, do you get any water on these banana trees?
We have overhead irrigation over there.
Okay.
So, but right now, what we're gonna be doing is putting a lot of mulch just to help it.
Okay.
But I feel like we've kind of gave up on bananas. Before there were plenty, but that was before I was here.
What is this here?
That is a cinnamon tree.
Cinnamon.
It's the same thing. I believe this guy needs to be fertilized or something. This is the bay leaf. We use this to sell as well.
All right, so that's this little area here, and then we got a whole other part of the area. So the property's about what, 1 acre?
About so, yeah.
Okay.
So we focus mostly on annuals and produce to sell during season. Like this area kind of gets neglected, but I'm working on it. We're gonna have a class about a workshop, a free one, about grafting mangoes and other trees.
Okay.
That's why we have these.
So you guys are going to teach people how to graft the trees here.
Different methods. So I highly recommend it. It's going to be a nice event. Last year, I think we had about 40 people. That's
nice.
Definitely.
And everything's mentioned on your website.
Correct. Or social media, Facebook, Instagram. We use both.
Okay. Now I see a big tree here with dragon fruit growing up it.
Yeah, that one was kind of became wild. We have more dragon fruit over there, but those were only there to harvest in order to propagate it.
Have you ever gotten fruit from it?
Yeah. But on the other side, that's where we have it on the floor.
We'll check it out over there. Okay, wow, look at this amazing garden. Wow.
So here we have the solanums. We practice what is called crop rotation. So we don't like to keep one family on the same spot. So we always rotate. So we have the later season tomatoes right here. So we use a lot of mulch because tomatoes, if they get soil on their leaf, let's say if we get rain, it gets on the leaf, they start getting disease and things like that. I had a volunteer post some T-posts, and we're gonna do what is called the Florida weave.
Okay.
And that keeps them nice and going straight, so they don't sprawl out.
Now, you can't grow tomatoes here in the summertime. It gets too hot, right?
Yeah, they need colder nights in order to produce fruit. I forgot what temperature, but I believe.
So what kind of tomatoes are these?
This one is celebrity. It's a good giant one, and then we have sun gold right here.
What's that?
Sun gold.
Oh, sun gold. Okay.
Which I'll let you try. We have it at the other spot.
Wonderful.
It's not here.
Yeah. And so this is your water system here.
This is drip irrigation. We don't use overhead water when it comes to tomatoes, solanums. It gives them issues, so we prefer to use drip tape. And this one that has tiny holes. Every single, I believe, 6 inches.
Okay.
Yeah, about so. And then it's low pressure, so it just drips. Okay. It's very gentle with it.
How often do you water them?
Before we were doing every day, but now because we started to utilize more mulch, now it's like one day, then the other day we turn it off, and vice versa.
Where do you get your mulch from?
We had a local arborist. He stopped bringing us, but all from local. We like to close the loop. We're actually looking for one, so around West Palm area. So
all right, if anyone knows the source,
please, we need it.
Definitely,
we need it.
All right, that's great. And
let me put this guy back so I don't forget.
Sure.
So we grow a wide variety of different things on purpose. So we got green beans, pole beans, tomatoes, cucumbers there. We're gonna have tomatillos there in these 2 beds. Here we have more green beans. We were weeding today the okra. Okra needs to be directly sown.
I was just gonna ask you, the okra is directly sown. Yeah. What about other things? Some things?
Yeah,
yes, some things no.
Whatever you see transplanted, with mulch, we transplant. So much easier, saves us time, prevents us from weeding. It also is better for the soil using arborist mulch.
So you put the mulch first and then transplant when the plant's a decent size.
We open a hole, we figure out the distance, and we put it, and it does so much better.
Saves better for the weeding. Yep.
Yeah, for the weeding, and also Florida, with our tropical weather, the mulch breaks down into
Now, do you
beautiful
put
topsoil.
anything under the mulch, or you just have soil? Do you put any mat or anything under it?
No, no, no. We want directly for the mulch to touch the soil, so it starts breaking down. That's what we want.
Okay.
Because that's just going to become essentially compost or beautiful topsoil.
Okay.
And then we till it in.
All right. So that looked like that here, and then you put the mulch down, and then you put okay.
Yeah,
but this one, tell me about when you direct sow. What do you do here?
So unfortunately, we're still trying to figure out a good system with direct sown stuff. Here in Florida, we have such an issue with weeds because our weather is hot and it rains a lot. So we're still figuring it out. But right now, what we do is we have time. We'll tarp it before, like we'll till it, tarp it, have it as long as we can to prevent weeds to come. And then right where we're about to plant, we take the tarp out. Gives us a heads up. A good heads
What do you tarp it with? A weed area killer or just any tarp?
The one that we use is like a plastic one that is huge, but you could use any one. I recommend like the landscaping one, the black one you can get.
Okay.
That one is pretty good at it too. But because at this scale, we have to take in consideration like the cost of that one, so we don't use that one. This summer, we are gonna figure out a better system for the next season. We're going to be using a lot more tarping.
Now, did you say you're a nonprofit organization here? Or
Not yet. We want to.
Okay, so you're a private company or city run, or how does that work?
Yeah, the CRA runs it, essentially, and we're contracted to run it for them. But we are thinking for...
So if you need something like the mat or something, you just tell them and they provide the money?
Yeah, we have a specific budget, and then at the beginning
of the
CRA,
season, is that a city organization?
It's technically, but it's different. It's its own thing, pretty much.
Okay.
This area is not integrated into West Palm, so they pretty much take care of like...
And they own the lot?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Can a real estate company come in and say, we want to buy this lot, or are they protected, or how does that work?
It's something they're trying to figure it out.
Okay.
Because obviously this area, it's close to downtown.
Oh, it's a beautiful area. It's right in the middle of everything.
You know, but whatever decision they do, they take into consideration, you know, the community. So
sure. Okay. So what else you planting? You got more beans here.
So some okra.
Okra.
They love the heat, so it's seasoned. Some more okra. I love okra. Okra. No. Then we just planted some bok choy. I was in the middle of weeding this.
So bok choy does good in the summer here?
Oh, no.
No, I mean now because
that takes a little bit longer. Bok choy is a short-lived thing,
so you could still get some.
Yeah. But we're pretty much done transplanting or planting in general.
So these weren't directly sowed. These were
transplanted.
Okay,
yeah.
But the mulch isn't down.
No. Because it's so close to each other, we didn't do it. But when something is longer lived, we definitely mulch it.
Okay.
This we wanted to, but we just ran out of time.
Okay. Now, is there a reason why you went in the ground instead of garden beds?
Garden beds, first, the soil is too expensive. It's not worth it if you're, at the house, that's fine, no problem. But when it comes to, if you want to make it a business, you need to take into consideration that.
Do you mix anything in the soil before you?
So what we do is during the summer, because we can't grow a lot of things, it's too hot, rains too much, we do cover cropping. And then we use it as green manure. We chop it, till it in, that adds organic matter. And plus of the mulch that we were talking about, we add that, more organic matter. Then we do a test. We see what needs to be amended, and we add the amendments. Then we shape the bed and transplant. But it's amendments, cover crops, and organic matter from the mulch.
Very good. And here I see you're all on drip, but on this side it looks like you would with the overhead, right?
Yeah. Just some things can do no problem with overhead water. Carrots is one of them. We are experimenting what does better because drip tape is so much more efficient. So we're trying to see what can we do with drip tape. But yeah, overhead water, these guys can do just fine.
Have you ever used mats with the holes in them for the weeds or not really?
Not here. We were thinking about it. Maybe we could, but it's just like we don't want to use plastic, honestly.
Sure.
We like to keep it as natural as we can, honestly.
Sure. So you got carrots, you got some onions over there, right?
Yeah, so we have fennel, carrots, red onion, cilantro, turnips, fat soy, fennel. Oh, look at this guy. The swallowtail. That turns into a beautiful butterfly.
Oh, that's good for them plants.
Yeah, and that's a good indicator that says that we don't use insecticides. So.
Well, you have a lot of fennel growing.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
What's that called? You know, with
Parsley?
the chicken wings, they have it. Not parsley. Celery. There we go.
Celery. Oh, you got celery growing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. How long is that? Because that takes a long time to...
And it takes a lot of water. That's why it's mulch, drip tape, and overhead water.
Okay.
Hopefully, next year we have a better.
Now that was directly sowed, right?
No,
I'm sorry. Started.
Transplanted, sowed, transplanted. But the thing is, when things that like, for example, escarole, it only takes a couple of weeks. So it's like if we have time, we'll mulch it. If not, it's gonna be out in a few weeks.
What is that, escarole?
Yeah, escarole.
Nice.
Green onions, mustard, lettuce. Lettuce is another one. I'm gonna weed it, but there's no need to mulch it.
Why? Because lettuce grows pretty fast here.
Yeah, and if we keep it there for a long time, it's gonna bolt. It's too hot for it, so it's just gonna start producing seeds. Then we have here
Cabbage?
Cabbage, yep.
Now, on celery, how far apart do you plant them, or do you prune it out later?
No, we have, I think, let me see. This could be 6 inches. So, about a foot. Yeah, this is about a foot. And what we like to do is kind of optimize the space by planting in between. So this one wasn't. Yeah, that was just straight.
Okay, nice.
You see this checking pattern? Where we'll have one here.
Yeah.
And then we'll utilize the space here in the middle.
Nice. Nice. You got the lettuce, you got the cabbage here.
Exactly. This is a perennial area that we're still trying to figure out what to do. We want to have a butterfly garden here, another one, or something to be a host or an environment for animals during the summer or during this time. We got some zucchini, which I have to spray neem oil pretty soon. There's different.
Yeah, how does the zucchini do out here? Because
this is the best year that we've had. It doesn't do too well though.
Yeah, it's a tough one out here.
Yeah. So we always have to spray neem oil on it, but we're getting fruit now. We're starting to get the system down. We were using varieties that are supposed to be tolerable to the heat, but they weren't working out. That's why we have different names to figure out which one works best. So the Dunja is doing not bad, honestly. The Mexicana is doing well as well, but we had a lot of heavy rain last week. These didn't have some sort of fungus disease. Now you can clearly see it. It does. So today, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to trim them back, take the infected leaves and throw it in the garbage. This is the Dunja. I like this one, especially in a gardening setting. Having my own garden, and it's beautiful.
You have a nice garden at your house?
Yeah. I apply pretty much all the knowledge from this to my house. I'll show you a picture later.
Sure.
Quite primary. Here we have the serranos, all the peppers. This was done. They love the heat, so these you can grow in the summer, no problem.
All the peppers you can grow in the summer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like eggplant can do in the summer, no
Oh,
problem.
you can? Okay.
Yeah. It's just the heavy rains might mess it up.
Back there, and tomatoes back there.
Yeah, they're not looking too good just because it's at the end. That's why we have those guys. We're probably going to get a couple more weeks and then take it out.
You got some coconuts there as well.
Oh, yeah, plenty of coconuts. Sell them a lot, honestly. Coconut trees are the nut. You can get a lot of it. You can make pretty much good money. That's the greenhouse. We start on the transplant.
Okay.
Now this section was an experiment section for all the techniques we were talking about transplanting, direct sowing. So we've learned a lot with this one. So we're going to be applying a lot of mulch next season, just like this. I wish you would have came 3 weeks, so the whole field would have been with flowers.
Well, you planting flowers here?
Yeah. So we have cosmos, zinnias.
Edible flowers?
No edible flowers. No.
Not edible, okay.
This is just more for beauty and also for cut flowers.
Sure.
Yeah. But come back in a couple weeks. This would be beautiful.
You got another mango tree here.
Yep. Same. This one we get it the most. And
really?
It was cut back as well.
Another Hayden?
Yeah. That's all we have. I wish we could get more.
Well, you can graft onto it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Very nice.
This is the brassica section. These were all transplanted. That's why heavy use of mulch.
Looks great. Wow, looks great. So what is that, collard?
Collard, correct.
Kale.
Kale.
Arsenal kale. Cabbage. Now, was this overhead or on drip? Oh, cauliflower. All right. Purple cauliflower.
Cabbage is that one.
Purple cauliflower. Now, so this is all overhead here.
Yeah, they do just fine with overhead.
And then is that broccoli or more?
Yeah, this one is quite beautiful broccoli. Well, it wasn't to try it. We got radishes over here.
Radishes grow fast.
Oh yeah. So this broccoli is called not provider. Forgot the name. It will come back to me. This one is super sweet, and it produces a bunch of flowers. So it's not like your typical giant one that you buy. I love snacking on these.
And the radishes are directly sold, right? The radishes?
Yeah. That's why there's no mulch in here.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to grab one.
All right, we'll try this broccoli. What's the name of it?
It'll come back to me in a couple of seconds.
Nice.
I forgot the name.
All right, on the side here, I see a loquat tree. And what is this? This looks like a Barbados cherry, maybe?
Correct, yep. I have to re-ripe today. Apologies.
You know what kind of loquat this is?
No. These were here before we started, my manager and my assistant manager. So a lot of things you're actually thinking of cutting back a couple ones. It was overplanted on purpose, just to see what can do well, and then to cut it back.
Sure. And so that's a big loquat tree. Wow, it's loaded too.
Ready to be harvested.
Wow. And there's a bunch of papaya trees here.
Yeah, a lot more fruit, but I've been getting guys, they hop the plant and they steal it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So we're in a so-so area. Location's great, but a lot of foot traffic.
Yeah, it's just mostly those guys.
So
the neighbors are great. So
whenever you have foot traffic, they'll take your coconuts, they'll take whatever's hanging.
Yes.
But it's all right. They have nice looking papayas. Wow,
Yeah.
very nice.
They were much better, but honestly, it's just those guys. Because I get a bunch of neighbors walking by, and they're always awesome. They always
got dragon fruit here. Is that post in the ground?
Yep. So we do it in a tea so it can fall down and flower and produce fruit. Bunch of coconuts. This whole area looks clean. Native yam over here. I think this is some sort of mango. Definitely a dwarf one, but I don't think it's grafted. So I don't know. You tell me.
Probably a wild one. No, it looks like.
I don't see any scar, so.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to
Could be a seedling.
Definitely want to take this guy out.
Well, grafts onto it.
Oh, that? Yeah, that's true.
There's a bunch of dragon fruit in the corner there.
Yep. This in July, man, that's great.
Wow. Now, is that getting water?
Yeah, overhead water right here.
Overhead water.
Which is not ideal. Honestly, I would do drip emitter. It's just better for the soil. For the
You got moringa up there too.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Everywhere. Yeah, this area is more of the wild. We don't really take care of it as much, as you can see. Look at that. I'm gonna put this guy back. This one is choking it, so I have to take this guy out. Put a black form. But here we have more certain trees.
Oh, you got a sugar apple.
Yeah. Waited too long for this one.
That's just a seedling?
I'm not quite sure. It does produce fruit quite well, so I don't think so. I think it's a grafted one.
Oh, you got a fig tree.
Yeah.
Wow.
This one is making a decent amount of fruit too.
You put this fig in?
No, that was put 8 years ago.
8 years ago. How
Yeah.
long has this garden been here?
About 8.
Wow,
8 to
amazing.
6.
Amazing. I live so close and I've
Oh
never
really?
seen it. Wow,
Nice.
amazing.
Let's see. We have a
Star fruit tree growing. You know
Yeah.
what kind of star fruit?
don't know. Wouldn't be able to tell you. I wish I had that info. I think
If you had a ripe one, I could tell you, but
no, we don't.
all right. And the coconut tree shading it out.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like I said, we need to clean a lot of things here.
No, it looks great. Wow.
It could be definitely be taken care of much better.
It looks wonderful, man.
We prioritize the produce instead of this. This in like a backyard setting, it's great, but when it comes to like if you have to put in consideration labor, money, it's your mentality kind of has to shift. So
Sure.
we want to see what does the best so we can sell it to the community. But we had a tamarind tree over here.
Tamarind?
Yeah, the wood was pretty tough, so it took quite a long time. We have to clean it up.
You cut it out?
Yeah. It's just overshading stuff.
Yeah, they can be.
Too much.
All right, here's another view from the garden.
Here's where we keep the mulch. As you can see, we're running it out, pretty much out.
Yeah. So a truck can come and
Yeah, we have it
right
right here.
in here.
They come in. We've been trying to get it mulch for quite a while now, but no luck. Hopefully somebody sees it, please.
Yes, they need mulch here. All right, and so there's your neighbor has some trees as well.
Yeah.
I see 2 mango trees and some coconuts.
Yeah.
So is this the main garden? Do you have sister gardens, or is this?
We only have one. The CIA was thinking about doing a satellite for fruiting trees, so we have more space for them. Quite hasn't happened yet, but it's in the books. So we only have this one. We do have a tamarind tree over here. I saw fruit. I don't know if it's ripe. Let's see. Ooh, what's that?
That's tamarind. There's different kinds, sweet, non-sweet.
What do you think this is, though?
No. I don't know. That's almost.
It's like a bug.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of fruit on this tree for sure.
Yeah.
These trees are really tall.
They're not ripe yet. I wish you could try it. Right.
Now, did the city put their gate around it?
Correct. Yeah.
Very nice. Nice gate. Now, where's the main
Yeah,
entrance
exactly.
for the public?
Right here. When we have the market is done over here.
And when is your market on? Thursdays and Saturdays?
Correct. Yep.
What time on Thursdays?
Thursdays from 2 to 6. Saturday is from 9 to 1.
And how many people normally come? And do you ever run out, or do you have enough for people?
Well, because we sell so cheap, we do run out time to time. We have like 15 minutes before we open. We already have a line. People love this, so if you do come, try to come right when we open. There's still produce for everyone, but you know, certain things we run out of.
Is your line, it's all walk-in traffic or driving?
Driving, so people park over here on the grass, and then they come in. Yeah.
Okay.
And but yeah, we're open those 2 days.
We're going to come back during the market time and check out the crowd and maybe speak to some people. But
Sure,
it's
yeah.
wonderful here. Now, the people that come in here, are they coming just because it's cheap, or they're really just interested in good organic food, or both?
Both. Yeah, it's cheap, so it's great price for what you get. But people appreciate that our growing practices, and the flavor is insane when it comes to this thing. Flavor has a strong correlation between the bacteria in the soil.
Sure.
If you take care of the soil, the taste is, the nutrients are as well.
Now, let me ask you, do you have a compost pile or anything that you do with that?
We do have it's a community one, so people bring in their compost. We can check it out in a few seconds. And people just bring it in, and I'll just take care of it to do it properly.
Is it mostly just food scraps?
Yeah, food scraps,
Okay.
yeah. And I put mulch on it. It's a great carbon source. But for compost, we use the cover crop. So this kale, it'll be insane to just do compost.
Yeah.
But let's try one of the sun gold.
The Sun Gold tomato.
They're at the last week. That's why it looks like this, but you're more than welcome to grab one. It's not gonna look too pretty on the video. So let's see.
Oh, they look good. They're golden.
We have more over here.
Very nice.
These guys are super sweet. The more orange, I feel like this one is gonna be amazing. The more orange, the better.
Wow. Very good.
Let me pull a carrot for you so you can see.
Where do you get most of your seeds from?
Johnny's.
Okay.
And I forgot the name of the company, but we utilize Johnny's a lot. So we like to use professional seed companies.
And do you reuse the seeds from your tomatoes and save them?
We do not, because we want to be guaranteed that we get it. Just because we have to make money out of this, but at my scale, at my garden, I reuse them. No problem.
Yeah, let's pull a carrot.
Yep.
Check those out.
Let me see if they're ripe. I mean, if they're good. Check it out. Good thing about Florida, we can grow pretty good carrots because of our sandy soil. These look a bit dry, so let's hope for the best.
Do you ever use the carrot greens for eating?
No. I tried it for pesto. They didn't come out too good, honestly. So I haven't done it, but I heard people use it. Yeah, these, they need it a little bit more, but these are just fine. The flavor of this, guys, are
really
crazy.
Nice.
Same thing with the radishes right here. Amazing radish.
Very nice.
So you're going to take these home. I want you to try it, okay?
Absolutely, man.
Because you're going to be amazed of the flavor. That's one thing I always tell people.
When you sell this stuff, do you pull it out of the ground like that, or you got a table with boxes?
So what we do, we harvest the day before. So tomorrow we're going to be harvesting. We'll wash them, make them nice and clean. And then on Thursday, well, we keep them over there on the cooler, and we sell it the next day. It's super fresh. We don't like to keep things more than just a few days.
So pretty much get here. If you open at, what time are you on Thursday?
On Thursday, we're here at 2.
2?
Yeah.
I mean, that's when the market starts.
Yeah, that's when it starts. And on Saturdays at 9.
Okay. So if you come at like, what is it, 2 to what?
2 to 6.
So if you come at like 5, you're pretty much getting the bottom of the barrel here?
Yeah, like pretty much. So the earlier, the better.
Sure.
I mean, we'll still have some stuff. I bring stuff from my garden to sell as well. So usually what we do is when this runs out, you know, I help out with that. And it's the same growing practices. So
very nice.
This is a beautiful pepper too. I want you to saute with it next time you saute something, or stir fry or whatever.
That's not a Scotch bonnet, is it?
No. It's sweet habanero. So
sweet habanero.
It
Wow.
has the taste of habanero, but it's amazing to cook with.
Wow. Okay.
But it's not spicy. Remember.
Okay.
Now this guy is spicy. Do you like spicy stuff?
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna give you, this is lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper.
Be careful with this one. Even when I've tried to saute this guy, just the vapor hits in the eyes, and I'm like, okay, I can't do this. So,
so the proceeds that you make from the sale, does it go right back? Wow, look at that. Look how big that is. What type of zucchini is that?
That is the Dunja. Yeah.
All right.
Bit tough. Usually you don't want them to get this big. They're still shiny, which is good, but because you don't want it to start producing seeds. But this is right at that point, so it's still edible though, which is beautiful.
Thank you, thank you.
I'll put it right here for you.
The proceeds from the sale, what do they go right back into?
Yeah, to fund us. Yeah.
Very nice.
But because our main mission is to provide food at a discounted price, we're not really making we're not making a profit out of it.
Sure,
you know?
sure.
The CRA is doing a good job. Oh, be careful over there.
Yep.
CRA is doing a good job with.
All right. So this is their. Oh, they got an avocado. Is that an avocado?
Oh yeah. This was actually hit by lightning. You kind of see. We didn't expect this guy to live, but what have we? Oh wow.
Wow.
Cactus is going out of it.
What kind of avocado tree is that?
We think it's a super Haas, like the only Haas, one of the few Haases that can grow here. We do have another one that we tried it over there, and I was amazed about the flavor.
Oh, really?
The Ooh La La, which is still super hot.
Did they ripen evenly?
Yeah, it was right on time, and I was amazed how like creamy it is, but it's also kind of like the Caribbean ones, where it's like not as creamy, but good mix. So I highly recommend the super hot.
Did you plant that or was here?
No, that was here before we even did all of this. Majority of the fruiting trees and most of the trees were here before we even did all of this. So that kind of shows how resilient and how important it is to have a fruiting tree. 80 years later, you're feeding people.
Yeah.
So start planting fruiting trees.
All right. Nice.
So let's see the compost. Did a workshop 3 weeks ago about compost, so it should be nice and steamy. Wish I had something to measure the temperature. That's blue, that's the farm cap. But the compost, people bring their stuff. We got a lot of people bringing stuff, so.
How old is that pile right there?
It's pretty young. I did this one during the class, so if I turn it, it should be.
How long do you normally let it sit?
We don't use it. We just let people grab it if they're ever doing something do a garden.
Why don't you use it?
What's that?
Why don't you use it?
It's just we don't really, because we already have the organic matter through the cover crop, so we don't really need it. But we'll use it for like when we're doing like low level, but not a lot of volume type of beds with classes and whatnot. But we mostly have it for people.
Very cool. Well, I'm going to put your website and your contact information below. And on your website is the link to your Instagram and Facebook page. Sure. Tell everybody your phone number and your address.
So the address, I don't know it. And the phone number is my manager. You might have to edit this.
I'll put them both below. Okay, all right. So I'm going to put your address, contact information, phone number below. Everybody get on out here, and thank you so much for showing us around, man.
Thank you for coming. I really appreciate you stopping by and showing the people this great area. So thank you, man. I appreciate that.
And 8 years you've been here. How long have you been here? This place has been here for 8 years. How long have you been here?
Two going to 3 pretty soon.
Very cool.
I started as an intern and, moved up. I started with no experience whatsoever. I didn't even know what a weed was. So
wow.
You learn a lot here, honestly.
Well, thanks for showing us around, man.
No worries. Thank you so much.
Okay, everybody, it's the next day, and we're here at the farm, and they're about to open up. So here's their market. All right, here's the produce that they have available. They put the loquats, the peppers, and the tomatoes there. They got some eggplant. There was that excellent zucchini. Everything's looking nice. Wow, they got beets. I don't know if they grow here. Do you grow the beets here or no? Yeah. Oh, you do?
Right there.
Okay. Very nice. Can you give me an example of the prices? And this might change in the future, but as of now, give me an example.
So radishes are $1. All our bunches right here are $2. The baskets are $2. I think how much? $1. And these are by the pound.
Very nice.
The prices are very low, honestly.
Yeah, they are.
Tomatoes are $150, for example. The eggplant as well. I think the zucchini is $150 or something like that.
$150 a pound, yeah.
Wow. So, and then if they use their EBT, we'll use Snap Access bucks, and then it takes 50% off. So.
Very nice. All right, they're about to open up.
Gotcha.
And very good, very good. And then we have another tent here. They got some little snacks here that they're selling. All right. All right, so we'll take another quick look here. Definitely get on out to this place. It's looking nice. They're ready to open. There's not too many cars there. There's 2 cars over there. What's your name, sir?
My name is Jetson Brown.
Oh, you're Jetson.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Paul.
Hey.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
All right, that's Jetson. You're the main guy in charge here?
I'm the farm manager, and then Andoni's the assistant farm manager.
Okay, that's the person we spoke to yesterday,
Yeah,
right?
we're the two that manage the space, and then the other help we have is all volunteer based.
And how long have you been around doing this? I know the farm's been here 8 years. Have you been here since the beginning?
2019 is when I started here.
Wow.
Daniel Robledo was the one that started farming over here, and he's in Gainesville now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Anything else you want to share with the audience?
Can't think of anything
You got
at the moment,
any
but
other locations coming to mind, or are you working on anything? Or
well, I mean, we do have some ideas of how we're going to expand this, because right now, it's like a limited capacity. But what I would like to see here is more of a hangout space where people can come, they can get produce. I can hopefully invite more farmers and gardeners to come, so it's all local produce, and then have some food and relax and.
People I understand here, good produce.
They're restricted to 1 each for these?
Yeah, for now. If everybody goes through,
okay, just wondered. I just asked.
Then you're welcome to
sure.
have more.
Okay.
Dave, what do you want? Some
It's just like
tomatoes,
the people
peppers?
come in at first.
You know that we
All right, so everyone here is getting
Yeah.
produce. How are you doing?
Excellent.
How long you been shopping here?
I would say about a year.
That's great. All right.
Fantastic place, yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you? Who are you recording this for?
Fruitful Trees,
Who's Fruitful Trees?
a YouTube channel.
I see.
We made a big video here the other day,
Like I said, there's new
and this is wonderful.
they're gonna take it out.
All right, so Thursdays and Saturdays the market's open. Get on out here.
Have some beets.
Beets, carrots, radishes.
This, the tomatoes, 1 each.
Looks all amazing. Baskets for you guys. Oh. There you go. So you can just put it there, and then afterwards, when you guys are ready, we'll charge you. Okay? You guys are more welcome to other carry.
And they have over there
Man.
a lady selling oranges. So check out the link below, everybody, and get on out here Thursdays and Saturdays. Support them. Remember, they need mulch, so if you know anyone to drop off mulch, let them know. All right, everybody, that was this amazing Westgate Community Farm, and this is what it's about. That's what I want to be doing in my garden. I want to grow in the ground. I want to grow all different ways. I want to experiment. I want to learn. And this place has so much more potential, but even now it is like everywhere I turn, there's either a fruit tree, a green growing. I'm so excited. They gave me some produce to take home and try. I'm excited about this place. I'm impressed with this place, and you will be too. Remember, it's great to support what they're doing, so please get on down here. I'm putting their links below. Thursdays and Saturdays is when they're open to the public to buy produce, but they give classes here all the time, and they can use volunteer help, and they definitely need mulch. So if you're in the area and you want to do something good, drop the mulch off here. Just contact them and check this place out. It's really great. It's in West Palm Beach. If you are in the area and you are growing gardens or fruit trees or growing anything, I'd love to come on out and feature you on the channel and check out what you're growing. So, but it's places like this and finding places like this. I'm so glad I was able to get here today, and just to show you all the potential of what you can do in your backyard. Now, this is for a whole community, but you could do this for yourself on a small level. And as you can see, the plants thrive here. And you can come here and learn all about that. As you saw, the host today said he didn't know what a weed was when he started. And now look at all his knowledge that we saw in the video. All right, everybody, links are below. Contact them. Social media is below. And thank you, everybody, for watching. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Until then, everybody, have a great day and keep growing.